Early life and football beginnings. Kim Tae-young was born on July 5, 1975, in South Korea, and grew up with a passion for football. As a child, Kim was drawn to the sport, often playing on the streets and quickly showing a natural talent for it. His technical skills and understanding of the game led him to pursue football professionally. Kim's early training began in the youth ranks of Anyang LG Cheetahs, now FC Seoul, where his potential was quickly recognized. In his late teens, he joined the K-League club, making his professional debut at the age of 19. His development as a defender took shape under the guidance of experienced coaches, and by the late 1990s, he had established himself as a promising young player in South Korea's football landscape. Professional career, rise to prominence. Kim Tae-young's rise to prominence in the K-League began when he signed for Anyang LG Cheetahs in 1996. Over the next few years, his performances on the pitch helped the club secure a reputation for solid defensive football. His calmness on the ball, aerial ability, and leadership qualities marked him as one of the standout players in the league during the late 1990s and early 2000s. After gaining experience in South Korea's top tier, Kim moved to Cheonnam Dragons in 2002, where he continued to improve and build on his reputation as a reliable central defender. His excellent positional awareness and ability to read the game were key aspects of his defensive game, and he soon became an integral part of his team. This period saw Kim truly solidify his place as one of the K-League's most respected defenders, consistently performing at a high level in both domestic and international competitions. Career peak, international recognition. The peak of Kim Tae-young's career came during his involvement with the South Korean national team. He earned his first cap for South Korea in 2000, and his strong performances for the national team continued throughout the early 2000s. Kim was known for his toughness, leadership, and commitment to his country, qualities that made him a favorite among fans and coaches alike. His ability to defend against the most challenging forwards in the world was central to South Korea's defensive strategies. Kim's career reached a high point in the 2002 FIFA World Cup, where South Korea made an extraordinary run to the semi-finals, finishing in fourth place. While Kim did not play as prominent a role as some of his teammates, he was a key part of the squad's success. His leadership in the defensive unit helped stabilize the team during crucial moments of the tournament, and his resilience was evident as South Korea faced some of the world's top footballing nations. Kim's performance at the World Cup cemented his status as one of the key figures in the history of South Korean football. Beyond the World Cup, Kim continued to earn regular call-ups to the national team, participating in other international tournaments such as the AFC Asian Cup and East Asian Football Championship. His consistent presence on the national team helped South Korea maintain a solid defensive structure throughout the 2000s. Main achievements, domestic and international success. Kim Tae-young's career was marked by numerous team and individual achievements. Domestically, he enjoyed success with Anyang LG Cheetahs and Cheonnam Dragons. His contributions helped his teams reach the K-League playoffs, while his defensive skills were crucial in securing several top-4 finishes in the league. Kim was also a regular in the K-League All-Star teams during the height of his career, recognizing his status as one of the league's top defenders. In terms of national success, Kim was part of the 2002 World Cup squad, where South Korea made their unforgettable run to the semi-finals. Kim's defensive work in the tournament played a role in securing impressive victories over teams like Italy and Spain, which would later be remembered as historic moments in South Korean football. Kim Tae-young also achieved success at the continental level, helping Cheonnam Dragons reach the AFC Champions League and other regional competitions. His presence in the back line of his club's defense ensured they remained competitive on both domestic and international stages. Kim's leadership qualities shone through as he was regularly entrusted with captaining his teams, and his mentorship of younger players was widely appreciated. Last years of playing career and retirement. Kim Tae-young's later years were spent with Jeju United, where he continued to provide experience and stability in defense. By this time, however, he had begun to slow down physically due to the natural effects of aging. Despite this, he remained a valuable asset to his team, offering mentorship and a calm head in high-pressure situations. During his time at Jeju United, Kim Tae-young also took on a more senior role within the squad, where his leadership was crucial in guiding the team through a period of transition. Though his playing time was reduced, his experience was still highly regarded by coaches and teammates alike. Kim ultimately retired from professional football in 2014, marking the end of a long and successful career. His retirement signaled the end of an era in South Korean football, as one of the country's most reliable and respected defenders hung up his boots. Over his career, he had accumulated numerous caps for the South Korean national team and won several domestic titles with his club teams. Post-retirement, coaching and legacy. After retiring, Kim Tae-young turned his attention to coaching. His deep understanding of the game, particularly in terms of defensive organization, led him to pursue a career in football management. Kim began his post-playing career as an assistant coach before taking on managerial roles. His coaching journey involved stints at both domestic clubs and youth teams, where he continued to contribute to the development of South Korean football. Kim's influence on the sport in South Korea continues to be felt through his work with young players and his advocacy for better defensive structures within the game. Though not as widely recognized as some of his contemporaries, Kim Tae-young remains an important figure in South Korean football history. On the international stage, Kim's legacy is solidified by his involvement in South Korea's 2002 World Cup campaign and his role as a steadying influence in South Korea's defense for more than a decade. His leadership, tactical awareness, and versatility will always be remembered by South Korean football fans as a model for future generations. Conclusion: a South Korean football icon. Kim Tae-young's career is a testament to hard work, leadership, and perseverance. From his early days with Onyeon LG Cheetahs to his peak as a key member of South Korea's 2002 World Cup team, Kim demonstrated what it meant to be a committed and talented footballer. His later years as a mentor for younger players and his successful transition into coaching reflect his dedication to South Korean football. As one of the country's standout defenders, Kim Tae-young will always be remembered for his contributions to South Korean football, both as a player and a coach. His legacy lives on, and his influence continues to shape the future of the sport in South Korea. José Pedro Ribeiro de Lima, commonly known as Petit, was born on September 18, 1979, in Cantanhede, Portugal. Growing up in a small town, Petit's love for football began at a young age. He joined the youth ranks of his local club, Cantanhede, before moving on to GD Gafina. His exceptional talent was quickly recognized, and it wasn't long before he joined one of Portugal's most prestigious football academies, SL Benfica. Petit's early years at Benfica's academy saw him hone his skills as a defensive midfielder. A player with excellent positional awareness, tackling ability, and distribution, he quickly impressed coaches and was promoted to the senior team. His professional debut came in the 1999-2000 season, where he made his mark in the Portuguese Primeira Liga. Petit's aggressive style of play and tenacious work ethic made him a key player for Benfica, establishing himself as one of the country's brightest midfield talents. Career peak, Benfica and international success. Petit's career truly peaked in the early 2000s when he became a mainstay for both Benfica and the Portuguese national team. Under the management of José Mourinho and later Ronald Koeman, Petit played a pivotal role in Benfica's midfield. His performance as a ball-winning, defensive midfielder complemented the attacking talents around him, and he became a fan favorite for his no-nonsense approach to the game. His defining season came during 2004-2005, when Benfica won the Primeira Liga title after a long wait, breaking FC Porto's dominance of Portuguese football. Petit's hard work in the middle of the park was crucial, as his leadership, ability to break up attacks, and distribute the ball effectively allowed Benfica to control matches. His performances helped secure his place in the Portuguese national team, and he was called up to play in the 2004 UEFA European Championship. Despite Portugal finishing as runners-up in that tournament, Petit's performances were instrumental in helping the team reach the final, playing a critical role in the midfield alongside other notable figures such as Maniche and Costinha. Petit's value in both club and international football soared as he became a key figure for Portugal, especially in defensive transitions and protecting the back line. Main achievements. Throughout his career, Petit collected numerous accolades at both the club and international levels. His accomplishments included domestic league titles, European competitions, and a series of individual honors, Primeira Liga titles. Petit won the Primeira Liga with Benfica in 2004-2005 and again in 2009-2010, securing his place as one of Portugal's most successful midfielders of his generation. Taça de Portugal. He also lifted the Taça de Portugal twice with Benfica, in 2004 and 2009, contributing heavily to the team's success in domestic cup competitions. UEFA Cup Final. Petit played a crucial role in Benfica's journey to the 2005 UEFA Cup Final, where they were narrowly defeated by Middlesbrough. While this final loss was disappointing, it highlighted Petit's European experience. International recognition. On the international stage, Petit made his mark with the Portuguese national team. He was part of the squad that reached the final of the Euro 2004, where Portugal narrowly lost to Greece in a shocking upset. Petit's midfield partnership with Maniche during this tournament was key to Portugal's success, and his ability to win tackles and distribute the ball efficiently was a major factor in their deep run. 2006 FIFA World Cup. Petit also featured in the 2006 FIFA World Cup, where Portugal finished in fourth place. Though they were unable to secure a medal, the tournament solidified Petit's place as one of the leading defensive midfielders in international football. Later years and transition to other clubs. As Petit reached the later stages of his career, his journey saw him venture beyond Benfica. In 2010, after a successful stint with the Lisbon Giants, he joined Besiktas, a Turkish club, marking a new chapter in his career. His time in Turkey was less successful compared to his peak years in Portugal, but Petit continued to offer his leadership, experience, and tough tackling to Besiktas' midfield. However, by this time, his role had evolved from a starting fixture to a more rotational position. After leaving Besiktas in 2012, Petit briefly returned to Portugal to play for Académica de Coimbra. There, he enjoyed a quieter phase of his career, providing a steady influence in the middle of the park, helping the team to avoid relegation from the Primeira Liga. Petit's time at Académica also allowed him to gradually transition from playing into a potential coaching role. Retirement and post-football career. Petit officially retired from professional football in 2014, bringing an end to a distinguished career that had spanned more than 15 years. Upon retirement, Petit quickly transitioned into football management, taking on coaching positions in Portugal and abroad. His experiences as a player provided valuable insight into his managerial style, characterized by a focus on discipline, tactical organization, and hard work, traits that had defined his playing career. He has since worked with lower-league Portuguese clubs, seeking to impart his vast knowledge of the game to the next generation of footballers. His involvement in coaching also continued to shape his legacy, ensuring his influence in Portuguese football would extend far beyond his playing days. Legacy and impact. Petit's legacy in football is defined by his commitment, work ethic, and defensive prowess. As a defensive midfielder, he was one of the best in Portugal during his prime, able to break up attacks and distribute the ball with efficiency and effectiveness. His leadership on the pitch and his willingness to put in a tireless effort made him a fan favorite at every club he played for, especially at Benfica. Moreover, Petit played a crucial role in the rise of Portugal as a footballing nation during the early 2000s. His influence on the national team's midfield during their successful campaigns in Euro 2004 and the 2006 FIFA World Cup cannot be understated. Though he was never a headline-grabbing player, Petit's consistency and dedication earned him respect from coaches, teammates, and opponents alike. In conclusion, José Pedro Ribeiro de Lima, better known as Petit, is regarded as one of the key players in the history of Portuguese football. From his breakthrough years at Benfica to his contributions on the international stage, Petit's career was marked by steady performances, strong leadership, and a passion for the game. Though he may not have been the flashiest player on the pitch, his impact was undeniable, and his legacy as one of Portugal's finest defensive midfielders remains intact. Early life and entry into football. Choi Sung-yeon was born on January 25, 1989, in Jeju, South Korea. Growing up in a football-loving family, he was exposed to the game from a young age. Choi joined the Jeju United Youth Academy at an early age, showing promise as a talented midfielder. He quickly stood out for his vision, passing ability, and leadership qualities, which set him apart from his peers. By 2007, Choi had earned a spot in the senior team of Jeju United, marking the start of his professional career. Early career and breakthrough. Choi Sung-young's debut in professional football came at the age of 18 when he played for Jeju United in the K-League 1. During his early years with the club, he gained attention for his technical skill and vision in the midfield. His ability to control the tempo of the game and deliver precise passes was evident, and he quickly established himself as one of the club's brightest prospects. Despite his youth, Choi's performances earned him regular appearances for Jeju United, and his reputation continued to grow. In 2010, he made his international debut for the South Korea national team, further solidifying his status as one of the country's rising stars. His performances for both club and country drew attention from clubs in Europe, and Choi's name began to be heard in top leagues across the world. Career peak, playing in Europe. The peak of Choi Sung-young's career came when he moved to Europe to play for Celtic FC in Scotland's Premiership. He joined the club in 2010, and his arrival marked a significant step in his development as a player. At Celtic, Choi joined a team that had been successful in domestic competitions and had a solid presence in European football. In his first season with Celtic, Choi was a regular starter, showcasing his skills on the ball and his defensive contributions. His technical ability, passing range, and tactical awareness were well regarded by coaches and fans alike. Despite some injury setbacks, he became a key figure in the midfield and helped Celtic secure numerous titles, including multiple Scottish Premiership titles. Choi's stint at Celtic also saw him play in European competitions such as the UEFA Champions League, where he faced some of Europe's top teams. His performances against top-tier clubs brought him further recognition and marked the pinnacle of his playing career in terms of exposure to high-level international football. Main achievements, domestic and international success. Over the course of his career, Choi Sung-young amassed an impressive list of achievements both at the club and international level. With Celtic, he won several Scottish Premiership titles and Scottish League Cups. His success at Celtic was also accompanied by recognition as one of the best midfielders in the league during his tenure. Additionally, his time in Europe provided him with invaluable experience at the highest level of club football, particularly in European tournaments. On the international stage, Choi earned more than 40 caps for the South Korea national team. He was part of the squad for major international tournaments such as the AFC Asian Cup and the FIFA World Cup. Choi's performances with the national team were characterized by his composure, passing range, and defensive contributions. His leadership qualities also earned him a spot as a key player in South Korea's midfield. Choi's inclusion in South Korea's 2014 FIFA World Cup squad was a highlight of his international career. Although South Korea didn't progress as far as they hoped in the tournament, Choi's experience and performances were crucial in the team's efforts on the world stage. His ability to play under pressure in one of football's most prestigious tournaments proved his value to both club and country. Last year's transition to retirement. After several successful seasons in Europe, Choi Sung-young's career entered its twilight years. In 2015, Choi moved back to South Korea and joined Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors, a move that allowed him to conclude his playing career in his home country. With Jeonbuk, he continued to add silverware to his collection, helping the club win multiple K-League titles. He also played in several AFC Champions League campaigns, further cementing his legacy as a player of international caliber. Choi announced his retirement from professional football in 2020, ending a career that had spanned over a decade and included numerous accolades. He transitioned from being a key midfielder in the domestic league to a figurehead who had seen both European and Asian football at the highest level. Upon retirement, Choi was widely regarded as one of South Korea's top football exports, and his legacy in both the K-League and European football remained intact. Post-retirement, coaching and mentorship. After his retirement from playing, Choi Sung-young transitioned into a coaching role, where he continued to share his vast knowledge of the game with the next generation of footballers. His experience at the highest levels of club and international football made him an invaluable asset to his former clubs and the South Korean football scene. As a coach, Choi has worked on various youth development projects and is involved in nurturing young talent in South Korea. His insight into the tactical and technical aspects of the game, gained through years of playing at top clubs and tournaments, has made him a respected mentor to young players. Legacy and conclusion. Choi Sung-yong's career is a testament to his dedication, skill, and perseverance in the face of numerous challenges. From his early days at Jeju United to his peak at Celtic and his contributions to South Korean football on the international stage, Choi left an indelible mark on the sport. His technical ability, leadership, and versatility on the field made him one of the most respected midfielders of his generation. Even after his retirement, Choi continues to influence the sport through coaching, ensuring his knowledge and passion for football are passed on to future generations. His legacy as one of South Korea's greatest footballers remains secure, and his impact on both domestic and international football will be remembered for years to come. Early life and beginnings. Nuno Miguel Soares Pereira Ribeiro, known as Nuno Gomes, was born on July 5, 1976, in Amarante, Portugal. From a young age, he demonstrated an exceptional talent for football, which led him to join the youth ranks of Amarante Futebol Clube. His early development caught the attention of scouts, and soon, he moved to Boa Vista FC, where his career began to take shape. Nuno Gomes quickly made his professional debut with Boa Vista in 1994. During his time at Boa Vista, he showcased his excellent goal-scoring abilities and earned recognition for his instinctive finishing. This early success led to a move to Benfica, one of Portugal's biggest clubs, where his career would truly take off. Career peak, Benfica and international glory. Nuno Gomes' time at Benfica marked the peak of his club career. He joined the club in 1997, and his arrival at the Estádio da Luz was met with high expectations. Over the years, Nuno Gomes evolved into one of the most consistent and prolific strikers in Portugal, playing a crucial role in Benfica's attack. In 2000, Gomes enjoyed a standout season, finishing as one of the league's top scorers and helping Benfica secure the Taça de Portugal. He had an impressive combination of pace, technical ability, and an exceptional sense of positioning. His link-up play and movement off the ball made him a constant threat in front of goal. Gomes' knack for scoring important goals, whether in league matches or crucial international fixtures, solidified his status as one of Portugal's top talents. He returned to Benfica in 2002 after a brief stint at Fiorentina in Italy. During his second spell at the club, Nuno Gomes became a symbol of the team's attacking strength. His performances in the Primeira Liga helped Benfica challenge for domestic titles, and he was instrumental in their successes in both the Taça de Portugal and the Supertaça Cândido de Oliveira. Benfica wasn't the only place where Gomes left his mark. On the international stage, he became a pivotal figure for the Portuguese national team. He made his debut for Portugal in 1996 and soon became a mainstay in the squad. His most notable contribution came during the 2000 UEFA European Championship, where he played a crucial role in helping Portugal reach the semi-finals. Gomes scored a vital goal in Portugal's 2-1 win over Turkey and showcased his ability to rise to the occasion on the biggest stages. However, his international career truly reached its peak in the 2004 UEFA European Championship when Portugal made it to the final. Gomes' performances throughout the tournament were exceptional, and although Portugal lost to Greece in the final, Gomes had cemented his reputation as one of the country's top forwards. His contributions helped Portugal remain competitive on the international stage, and he continued to be a key figure in their subsequent 2006 FIFA World Cup campaign, where Portugal finished in fourth place. Main achievements. Nuno Gomes' career was filled with notable achievements, both at club and international levels. Here are some of his most significant milestones. Primeira Liga titles. Nuno Gomes won the Primeira Liga with Benfica in 2004 to 2005, further solidifying his legacy at the club. Taça de Portugal and Supertaça Cândido de Oliveira. Gomes lifted both the Taça de Portugal, 2004, and the Supertaça Cândido de Oliveira, 2005, with Benfica marking successful seasons in domestic cup competitions. UEFA European Championship 2000 and 2004. Gomes played an instrumental role in Portugal's Euro 2000 and Euro 2004 campaigns, with the latter seeing Portugal reach the final, though they were ultimately defeated by Greece. 2006 FIFA World Cup. Gomes was part of the Portuguese squad that reached the semi-finals of the 2006 FIFA World Cup, a tournament in which Portugal finished fourth. His contributions throughout the tournament were vital in helping Portugal challenge for a top spot on the global stage. International caps and goals. Over the course of his international career, Nuno Gomes earned 79 caps and scored 29 goals for the Portuguese national team, a testament to his consistency and goal-scoring ability over many years. Fiorentina and international experience. Gomes had a brief but notable stint in Italy with Fiorentina from 2000 to 2002, where he continued to showcase his talents in Serie A. Last years of football, the final chapter. As Nuno Gomes reached the latter stages of his career, he transitioned into a more experienced, leadership role at Benfica. His playing time was reduced, but he remained a crucial member of the squad for several more seasons. In the 2010 to 2011 season, after over a decade at the club, Gomes made the decision to leave Benfica and seek new challenges. He moved to Bursaspor in Turkey, where he played the final years of his career before announcing his retirement in 2013. While his performances were less frequent, Gomes continued to contribute his expertise to the team during his time in the Turkish Super League. Despite his reduced playing time in the final stages, Gomes' experience was invaluable, and his influence extended beyond the pitch. He became known for his professionalism, his leadership qualities, and his ability to mentor younger players. In 2013, Nuno Gomes officially announced his retirement from professional football, bringing an end to a distinguished career that had spanned over 17 years. Legacy and impact. Nuno Gomes' legacy is defined by his passion, his consistency, and his ability to perform in the biggest moments. As a goal scorer, he left a lasting imprint on both Benfica and Portugal. His movement off the ball, technical finesse, and finishing ability made him one of the standout players of his generation. His contributions to the Portuguese national team were monumental. Throughout the years, Nuno Gomes was regarded as a reliable goal scorer, especially in major international tournaments. His performances during the Euro 2004 and 2006 World Cup remain iconic, and although Portugal did not win these tournaments, Gomes was a key factor in the team's progression to the later stages. At Benfica, Nuno Gomes was a symbol of the club's commitment to excellence and its relentless pursuit of success in Portuguese football. His leadership, combined with his natural ability to score goals, earned him the love and admiration of fans for years. Nuno Gomes is widely regarded as one of the greatest forwards in the history of Portuguese football, and his name will forever be etched in the annals of Benfica's illustrious history. Kim Nam-il was born on March 5, 1979, in Incheon, South Korea. He showed an early interest in football, joining local youth teams during his childhood. His exceptional talent as a defensive midfielder quickly became apparent, leading him to the prestigious Chungcheong University football program. During his time there, Kim developed a reputation for his work rate, vision, and strong tactical understanding, which ultimately set the stage for his professional career. Early career, breaking into professional football. Kim Nam-il's professional career began when he joined Ulsan Hyundai in 1999, a major club in the K-League, South Korea's top football league. His debut was highly anticipated due to his impressive performances at the youth and collegiate levels. At Ulsan Hyundai, Kim quickly established himself as a reliable, hard-working defensive midfielder, a position that suited his strengths. He was known for his excellent tackling, interceptions, and ability to dictate the tempo of the game. During his early years at Ulsan, Kim's development was accelerated by the guidance of experienced teammates and coaches. His technical ability was complemented by his leadership qualities, and soon he became a crucial part of the team's midfield. His maturity on the ball and ability to read the game impressed both his teammates and coaches, earning him the nickname, the engine of the midfield. Career peak, rise to prominence. Kim Nam-il reached the peak of his career after a successful domestic stint, when he moved to J1 League in Japan, signing with Jubilo Iwata in 2005. His time at Jubilo marked a significant step in his career, allowing him to compete at an even higher level in Asian football. Kim's all-around abilities as a defensive midfielder, including his passing accuracy and physicality, shone through during his years at Jubilo. His performances helped the team to achieve success both domestically and in regional competitions. At the same time, Kim became an integral part of the South Korean national team. His national team career spanned over a decade, starting from 2000, and he was a key player in the 2002 FIFA World Cup. South Korea's historic run to the semi-finals in that tournament helped solidify Kim Nam-il's reputation as one of the best defensive midfielders in Asia. His tireless work rate and ability to disrupt opposing attacks were crucial to South Korea's success in the competition. Kim was part of a well-organized midfield that frustrated opponents and provided stability in defense, leading to his role as one of the team's central figures. Kim continued to play for South Korea in several major international tournaments, including the 2006 and 2010 FIFA World Cups, the 2007 AFC Asian Cup, and the 2007 and 2011 AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, earning over 100 caps in total. He became known for his composure under pressure, his disciplined play in the middle of the park, and his crucial contributions in breaking up opposition attacks. Main achievements: domestic and international success. Kim Nam-il's career was marked by numerous accomplishments at both the club and international levels. Domestically, he won multiple K-League titles with Ulsan Hyundai and FC Seoul, showcasing his consistency and leadership in South Korean football. His technical skills and vision in midfield played a key role in his team's successes, and he became one of the most reliable and influential players in the K-League over the years. Internationally, Kim Nam-il was a cornerstone of South Korea's midfield during the team's successful campaigns in various international tournaments. His involvement in South Korea's third-place finish in the 2002 FIFA World Cup remains one of his most celebrated achievements. Kim also played in the 2006 FIFA World Cup, where South Korea reached the knockout stage, and in the 2010 World Cup, where South Korea made it to the round of 16. Throughout his international career, Kim was recognized for his leadership, defensive ability, and composure on the ball. In addition to his World Cup appearances, Kim was a prominent figure in South Korea's qualification campaigns for the AFC Asian Cup and FIFA World Cup, and his performances in the AFC Champions League further solidified his reputation as one of the top players in Asia. Last year's, transitioning to retirement. In the latter stages of his career, Kim Nam-il moved back to South Korea, where he played for FC Seoul and later Suwon Blue Wings in the K-League. By this point, his role had evolved from a starting player to more of a leadership figure within the team, using his experience to guide younger players and contribute off the field as well. Though his physical abilities declined slightly, Kim's tactical awareness and experience continued to make him an influential figure on the field. Kim announced his retirement from professional football in 2015, after a long and successful career spanning over 16 years. Despite his reduced playing time in his final seasons, his contributions to both his club and national teams were still highly valued. Kim's leadership and presence were crucial, even in his later years, as he continued to mentor younger players and share his wealth of knowledge. Post-retirement, life after football. Following his retirement, Kim Nam-il transitioned into coaching. He initially took on the role of assistant coach for Ulsan Hyundai and later became involved in youth development in South Korean football. His deep understanding of the game and his experience playing at the highest levels made him a valuable asset in the development of young players. Kim's legacy as one of South Korea's finest defensive midfielders lives on through his work with the younger generation. He is often remembered for his intelligence on the pitch, his leadership qualities, and his contributions to the South Korean national team during their golden era in the early 2000s. He remains a beloved figure in South Korean football, both for his accomplishments as a player and for his continued efforts to improve the sport in his home country. Conclusion: a South Korean legend. Kim Nam-il's career is one of dedication, hard work, and tactical brilliance. From his early years with Ulsan Hyundai to his time in Japan with Jubilo Iwata and his long service to the South Korean national team, Kim was a player who embodied the qualities of a true professional. His vision, leadership, and ability to control the game from midfield made him an indispensable figure for both club and country. Even in his final years as a player and now as a coach, Kim's influence on South Korean football is undeniable, and he will be remembered as one of the country's greatest footballing icons. José Capucho, commonly known as Capucho, was born on September 16, 1974, in Porto, Portugal. Growing up in a city passionate about football, Capucho was exposed to the sport from a very young age. His early years saw him joining the youth system of Boa Vista FC, a club based in his hometown that has long been one of Portugal's significant footballing forces. Capucho's rise through the ranks at Boa Vista was characterized by a blend of dedication and talent. He was an attacking midfielder with flair and creativity, two attributes that stood out in his early development. His performances at the youth level earned him a spot in the senior squad, and at just 18 years old, Capucho made his professional debut with Boa Vista in the 1992-93 season. Career peak, success at Boa Vista and Porto. After gaining invaluable experience in the Portuguese leagues, Capucho's career truly began to blossom in the 1995-96 season, when he became a regular starter for Boa Vista FC. His skill set as a quick, nimble player with the ability to make precise passes and score crucial goals drew attention from bigger clubs. In the late 1990s, FC Porto recognized Capucho's talent and secured his services in 1999, a move that would see his career reach new heights. At Porto, Capucho's versatility and work ethic quickly made him a key player under coach Jose Mourinho, whose tactical discipline matched well with Capucho's style of play. Known for his ability to operate on the wing or in central roles, Capucho's adaptability was an asset for the team, especially in high-stakes matches. His performances for Porto helped the club secure several Primeira Liga titles, Portuguese Cups, and Super Cups. It was also during this period that Capucho's contribution to the team was integral in FC Porto's 2003 UEFA Cup win, which boosted his reputation on the international stage. Capucho's peak years at Porto were defined not only by domestic dominance but also by his significant role in FC Porto's victory in the 2004 UEFA Champions League. The tactical strategies under Mourinho emphasized teamwork and defensive solidity, but Capucho's work ethic and relentless energy also allowed him to shine in key European matches, contributing defensively while also adding creativity to the attack. His defensive capabilities, despite being an attacking midfielder, made him an invaluable asset in Porto's Champions League success. International recognition. Capucho was not just a domestic star. His consistent performances at both Boa Vista and Porto earned him several opportunities to represent the Portugal national team. While not a central figure in the Portuguese side, Capucho was included in the squad for the 2002 FIFA World Cup and also featured in the Euro 2000 campaign. Though he didn't play a prominent role in either tournament, Capucho's ability to fill in crucial positions and his versatility made him a dependable player for his national team coaches. His national team career saw him play in key qualifiers and international friendlies, cementing his place as a reliable option for the national team, even if the spotlight never fully landed on him. Capucho's work rate and ability to contribute in both attacking and defensive phases were highly valued, making him a reliable utility player in Portugal's international setup. Main achievements. Primeira Liga titles. Capucho was part of the dominant FC Porto team that secured multiple Primeira Liga championships during the early 2000s. His time at the club included 3 consecutive league titles, 2002, 2003, 2004, which were integral to Porto's dominance in Portugal. UEFA Cup. One of Capucho's most notable achievements came with the 2003 UEFA Cup title. This victory was significant for both the club and Capucho, who played an important role in Porto's European campaign. UEFA Champions League. The pinnacle of Capucho's club career came in 2004, when FC Porto claimed the UEFA Champions League. Capucho's experience in crucial matches, particularly in the knockout stages, made him a key player for the club, and his efforts contributed to one of the most successful seasons in Porto's history. Portuguese Cup and Super Cup. In addition to his league triumphs, Capucho also played a key role in winning several Portuguese Cups and Super Cups with Porto, further solidifying his reputation as a winner at the highest level of Portuguese football. Last years of football, a quiet farewell. After leaving FC Porto, Capucho's career took him to Spain, where he joined Real Betis for the 2004-2005 season. Although his time in Spain was brief, Capucho added more experience to his playing career in La Liga. His spell at Betis was followed by a return to Portugal, where he played for Académica de Coimbra from 2005 to 2007. By this time, Capucho was in the twilight of his playing career, and his appearances were less frequent. Capucho retired from professional football in 2008, after a well-traveled and successful career in both Portugal and Spain. His retirement was marked by a quiet exit, reflecting the nature of his career, one built on solid, consistent performances rather than individual accolades. Legacy. Though he was not the flashiest player in the world of Portuguese football, José Capucho's contributions to both FC Porto and Portugal are significant and enduring. His tactical intelligence, work rate, and versatility made him a dependable asset for his teams. At FC Porto, Capucho was an essential part of the team during one of its most successful eras, winning multiple domestic titles and the prestigious UEFA Champions League. Capucho is also remembered as one of the most efficient and professional players to ever come through the ranks of Portuguese football. His career was not defined by individual glory but by a commitment to team success and personal consistency. He may not have been the star of any one team, but his influence in the dressing room and on the pitch made him invaluable to the many clubs he represented. In the years since his retirement, Capucho has remained involved in football, serving in various managerial roles. His understanding of the game and his experience at the highest levels have allowed him to continue influencing the sport, as he mentors younger players and shares the knowledge gleaned from his extensive career. Yu Sang-chul was born on January 18, 1975, in Incheon, South Korea. From a young age, he showed a keen interest in football and quickly developed his skills as a midfielder. He joined the Korea University football team, where his talent began to shine. His versatility, work ethic, and ability to control the tempo of the game caught the attention of scouts from professional clubs. By the late 1990s, he was poised to make his mark in South Korean football. Professional debut and early career. Yu Sang-chul's professional career began when he joined Ulsan Hyundai in 1998, making his debut in the K-League. His impact was immediate. His tireless work in midfield and ability to break up opposition attacks made him a key player. He helped Ulsan Hyundai clinch the K-League title in 1999, further solidifying his place as one of the rising stars of South Korean football. In addition to his domestic success, he became a regular member of the South Korean national team in the late 1990s. His debut came in 1998. And he quickly became known for his strong tactical understanding, vision on the ball, and leadership qualities. Yu's ability to support both defensive and attacking transitions made him an invaluable asset in the midfield. Career peak, success in South Korea and international fame. Yu Sang-chul's career reached its peak in the early 2000s when he played an instrumental role in South Korea's historic run to the 2002 FIFA World Cup semi-finals. This tournament, co-hosted by South Korea and Japan, was a defining moment in the history of South Korean football, and Yu was a key figure in their success. His performances throughout the tournament earned him widespread acclaim for his maturity, work rate, and commitment. During the 2002 World Cup, Yu showcased his leadership and versatility. His passing range, ability to read the game, and defensive contributions made him one of the most influential players in the squad. In particular, his role in breaking up opposition attacks and distributing the ball efficiently was vital to South Korea's strong performances against teams like Italy and Spain, both of whom were eliminated by the South Korean team in dramatic fashion. Yu's performances at the 2002 World Cup earned him recognition from top clubs around the world, but he remained loyal to his domestic career, continuing to play for Ulsan Hyundai. His consistency and performances for Ulsan helped them remain competitive in the K-League and also in international tournaments like the AFC Champions League. Main achievements, domestic and international glory. Yu Sangchul's career was marked by a combination of domestic titles and international recognition. He won multiple K-League titles with Ulsan Hyundai and later with Songnam Ilhwa Chuanma. His leadership qualities and influence in midfield made him one of the most respected players in the South Korean League. His tenure at Ulsan Hyundai helped the club secure the 2005 AFC Champions League title, a major achievement that helped elevate the club's status in Asia. On the international stage, Yu was a regular for the South Korean national team throughout the late 1990s and 2000s. Earning over 130 caps and representing his country in 3 consecutive World Cups, 2002, 2006, and 2010. His performances in international tournaments, particularly in the 2002 World Cup, where South Korea finished in 4th place, cemented his legacy as one of South Korea's greatest footballers. In addition to his World Cup achievements, Yu played in the AFC Asian Cup and East Asian Cup, helping South Korea to secure numerous top 4 finishes in these prestigious tournaments. His influence extended beyond the pitch, where he was seen as a mentor to younger players and a captain who could galvanize the team in crucial moments. Transition and last years as a player. In the later years of his playing career, Yu Sangchul continued to showcase his leadership and adaptability. After his time with Ulsan Hyundai, he moved to Songnam Ilhwa Chuanma in 2006, where he continued to perform at a high level and win more domestic titles. Despite being in the twilight of his playing career, Yu's tactical intelligence and consistency on the field allowed him to remain an influential figure in the K-League. During the final years of his playing career, Yu also had stints with Suwon Samsung Blue Wings and Jeonnam Dragons. While his physical abilities had waned, his technical skills and leadership remained exceptional, and he continued to contribute to his team's successes. By this stage, Yu had become a symbol of the professionalism and dedication required to succeed at the top levels of football. He retired in 2011 from professional football, leaving behind a legacy that inspired generations of players in South Korea. Throughout his career, Yu had been a model of consistency, both as a midfielder and as a leader on the pitch. Post-retirement and legacy. After retiring from football, Yu Sangchul transitioned into coaching management. His deep understanding of the game and leadership skills made him a natural fit for coaching roles. He started as an assistant coach and later became the head coach of several teams in South Korea, including Jeonnam Dragons and Suwon Samsung Blue Wings. Though his coaching career was still in its early stages, Yu's influence on South Korean football continued to be felt. His reputation as a tactical mastermind and his work ethic as a player were qualities that he passed on to the next generation of footballers. Yu's experience at the highest levels of the sport and his remarkable career both at club and country made him one of the most respected figures in South Korean football. Yu's impact on South Korean football extends far beyond his playing days. He is widely regarded as a pioneer for South Korean footballers, both domestically and abroad. His leadership in the 2002 FIFA World Cup, his domestic success with Ulsan Hyundai and Songnam Ilhwa Chuanma, and his international contributions as a member of South Korea's golden generation ensured that his legacy would endure long after his retirement. Conclusion: a South Korean football legend. Yu Sangchul's career can be summed up as one of perseverance, leadership, and technical excellence. From his early days with Ulsan Hyundai to his peak during the 2002 FIFA World Cup, Yu's journey was marked by his dedication to the sport and his unwavering commitment to his country. His achievements with Ulsan Hyundai, Songnam Ilhwa Chuanma, and the South Korean national team make him one of the most respected and successful players in South Korean football history. Now, in his post-retirement years, Yu continues to play a significant role in the development of football in South Korea, both as a coach and as an influential figure. His legacy remains an inspiration for aspiring footballers, and his impact on the game in South Korea will be felt for years to come. Yu Sangchul will always be remembered as one of the country's footballing icons, a player who helped elevate South Korea's status on the international stage and brought immense pride to his nation. Early life and beginnings. José Roberto Afonso Ferreira, known simply as Beto, was born on January 1, 1980, in Lisbon, Portugal. From a young age, Beto showed an affinity for football, quickly making a name for himself in local youth competitions. His talents were noticed early on, and he joined the youth academy of one of Portugal's top clubs, Sporting CP. Beto's early development at Sporting CP was impressive. He was known for his physicality, his ability to break up the opposition's attacks, and his leadership qualities, which made him a prominent figure in the youth system. After progressing through the academy ranks, Beto made his professional debut with Sporting CP's senior team in 1998, at the age of 18. Over the next few years, Beto gradually established himself in the senior squad, playing both in midfield and defense. While he initially struggled to secure a permanent starting role, his consistent performances eventually earned him a spot in the first team. This early phase of his career laid the foundation for what would become an accomplished professional journey. Career peak, Sporting CP and international success. Beto's peak years came in the early 2000s while playing for Sporting CP. His versatility as a defensive midfielder allowed him to play a key role in both domestic and international competitions. As the anchor of Sporting's midfield, Beto demonstrated exceptional reading of the game, excellent passing range, and a strong work ethic that made him a reliable option for the team. In 2000, Beto played a significant role in Sporting CP's Taça de Portugal victory, marking his first major silverware with the club. His leadership and ability to break up opposition attacks were critical to Sporting's success. His performances did not go unnoticed, and by the 2004-2005 season, Beto was regarded as one of the most reliable midfielders in Portugal. He continued to shine for Sporting CP, and his growing influence on the pitch earned him a place in the Portuguese national team. 2004 was a breakthrough year for Beto on the international stage. He was selected to represent Portugal in the UEFA Euro 2004 tournament, where Portugal reached the final but was narrowly defeated by Greece. Beto's role in the national team continued to grow, and he was part of Portugal's 2006 FIFA World Cup squad, where they finished in fourth place. These international appearances helped establish Beto as a key figure in Portuguese football, recognized for his defensive intelligence and ability to control the tempo of the game. Main achievements. Beto's career was marked by a series of notable achievements both at club and international levels. Here are some of the key milestones that defined his legacy. Taça de Portugal. Beto won the prestigious Taça de Portugal with Sporting CP in 2000, his first major trophy at the club. Supertaça Cândido de Oliveira. In addition to domestic cup success, Beto helped Sporting CP win the Supertaça Cândido de Oliveira, 2002, showcasing his contributions to the club's silverware collection. Primeira Liga. While Beto had several successful seasons with Sporting CP, he ultimately moved to other clubs, including Sevilla FC, where he won La Liga titles and established himself in a top European league. FIFA World Cup 2006. Beto's most notable international achievement came in the form of the 2006 FIFA World Cup in Germany, where Portugal reached the semi-finals. Despite not winning the tournament, the team's remarkable journey to fourth place was a historic achievement for Portuguese football, and Beto played a crucial role in the midfield during this run. UEFA Cup, now Europa League. During his time with Sevilla FC, Beto enjoyed European success. He won the UEFA Cup, now Europa League, in 2006 and 2007, both of which were critical in solidifying Sevilla's standing as one of Europe's top clubs. La Liga titles. During his tenure with Sevilla, Beto also won multiple La Liga titles, further proving his ability to perform at the highest levels of European football. Last years and retirement. Beto's later years in football were spent with several clubs, but his performances started to gradually decline with age. After his time with Sevilla FC, Beto returned to Portugal to play for Maritimo in 2010, where he played for a few more seasons before transitioning into a more reduced role in the team. Although he still demonstrated flashes of his earlier brilliance, the physical demands of top-flight football took their toll on his performance. By the time Beto reached his 30s, he decided to make the transition to a more prominent role off the pitch. After leaving Maritimo, he retired from professional football in 2013 at the age of 33. Beto left behind a legacy as a midfield general, known for his tireless efforts, his leadership, and his ability to dictate the tempo of the game. In the years following his retirement, Beto became involved in coaching and football-related activities. He served in various footballing capacities, using his vast experience to guide the next generation of players. Legacy. Beto's career may not have been as high-profile as some of his contemporaries, but his consistency, leadership, and technical ability make him one of the best midfielders Portugal has produced in recent years. His tireless work ethic and versatility made him a standout in Sporting CP's midfield and in Sevilla FC's European success. At the international level, Beto represented Portugal with pride, playing in 2 major tournaments and contributing to their historic performances. His skill set, combined with his unwavering commitment to his teams, made him a beloved figure among fans and teammates alike. Though his later years in football were less glamorous, Beto's impact on both his club and country is undeniable. Today, his legacy lives on as one of Portugal's most reliable and influential midfielders of his era. His role in helping elevate Sevilla FC to prominence in European football and his contribution to Portugal's success during their historic international campaigns will forever remain a key part of his legacy. Early life and introduction to football. Şenol Güneş was born on June 1, 1952, in the village of Antakya, Turkey. Raised in a family with a passion for sports, Güneş's early exposure to football was inevitable. His journey began in his hometown, where he started playing for local teams as a teenager. The young Şenol quickly stood out for his goalkeeping skills, and his potential was soon noticed by the prominent Turkish football club, Trabzonspor. At the age of 18, Güneş joined Trabzonspor's youth ranks, marking the beginning of a long and successful football career. Club career, a storied path with Trabzonspor. Şenol Güneş's professional career was synonymous with Trabzonspor, where he spent the bulk of his playing years. After joining the senior team in 1972, Güneş became the club's first-choice goalkeeper. His contributions were immediate, with his solid performances in goal becoming a fixture for Trabzonspor throughout the 1970s and 1980s. During his tenure at Trabzonspor, Güneş helped the club secure multiple Turkish Super League titles, with the club becoming a dominant force in Turkish football. Trabzonspor won several championships in the late 1970s and early 1980s, and Güneş played a central role in their success. His imposing presence in the penalty box, coupled with his leadership skills, earned him recognition as one of the best goalkeepers in Turkey. Under his guidance, the club won the 1976, 1979, and 1980 Turkish Super League titles, marking a period of unrivaled domestic success. Güneş's ability to lead from the back and his composure under pressure made him an invaluable asset to Trabzonspor. His reputation as a shot stopper and his aerial command led to his long-standing position as the undisputed number 1 goalkeeper in the team. Peak of his career, international recognition. Güneş's performances for Trabzonspor did not go unnoticed on the international stage. His form earned him a call-up to the Turkish national team, and he made his debut in the late 1970s. His international career spanned over a decade, and he represented Turkey in various international competitions, including the 1980 European Championship and the 1982 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Although Turkey did not achieve significant success in these tournaments, Güneş's role as the team's first-choice goalkeeper remained pivotal. His leadership and experience were invaluable assets to the national team, and he continued to be a reliable figure at the back for Turkey until the mid-1980s. Transition to coaching, the road to success. Following his retirement from playing in the early 1990s, Şenol Güneş transitioned into coaching, bringing with him a wealth of knowledge and experience from his illustrious playing career. His deep understanding of the game, as well as his ability to inspire players, made him a natural fit for coaching. Güneş's first managerial role was with Trabzonspor, the club where he had spent the majority of his playing career. He quickly gained recognition for his tactical acumen and ability to bring the best out of his players. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Güneş worked with several clubs in Turkey, achieving domestic success with teams such as Trabzonspor and Bursaspor. His leadership and calm demeanor made him a highly respected figure in Turkish football. National team glory, 2002 World Cup and beyond. Perhaps the most significant chapter of Şenol Güneş's managerial career came in 2000 when he was appointed as the head coach of the Turkish national team. Under his leadership, Turkey achieved one of its most historic footballing feats at the 2002 FIFA World Cup in South Korea and Japan. Turkey reached the semi-finals, ultimately finishing in third place, their best ever result at a World Cup. The success of the 2002 World Cup was built on Guns' tactical discipline, his ability to unite a talented but often underachieving squad, and his leadership. The team's remarkable run was built on a solid defensive foundation and a pragmatic, counter-attacking style of play that was led by key players such as Hakan Şükür, Emre Belözoğlu, and Rüştü Rekber. Guns' role in guiding Turkey to the World Cup semi-finals solidified his place as one of the country's most influential coaches. Main achievements, honors and recognition. Throughout his career, both as a player and a coach, Şenol Güneş achieved numerous accolades. As a player, Güneş won multiple Turkish Super League titles with Trabzonspor and established himself as one of the club's greatest legends. His contributions to Turkish football earned him national recognition, including being awarded the Turkish Sportsman of the Year award during his playing days. As a coach, Güneş's crowning achievement was leading Turkey to the 2002 World Cup semi-finals. He also won the Turkish Cup and the Super League with Besiktas, adding to his extensive trophy cabinet. His reputation as a coach was further enhanced by his leadership in bringing out the best in Turkish footballers. Last year's continued legacy. After the World Cup success, Şenol Güneş continued to manage various clubs, including Besiktas, Trabzonspor, and Bursaspor, enjoying a successful domestic managerial career. In the years following his stint with the national team, Güneş remained one of Turkey's most sought-after coaches, earning respect both at home and abroad. Güneş's return to the Turkish national team in 2019 marked the final phase of his managerial career. Despite his age and the passing of years, Güneş remained an influential figure in Turkish football, bringing stability and tactical awareness to the national team once more. Conclusion: a legend in Turkish football. Şenol Güneş's career, both as a player and a coach, has left an indelible mark on Turkish football. His legacy is not only defined by his success at Trabzonspor and with the Turkish national team but also by his ability to guide players with wisdom, humility, and tactical ingenuity. Through his leadership, both on the field and from the sidelines, Güneş shaped the course of Turkish football and became a symbol of excellence in the sport. His contributions have ensured that his name will remain forever etched in the history of Turkish football. Choi Jin-chul was born on December 19, 1971, in Seoul, South Korea. From a young age, Choi was deeply passionate about football, a sport that was growing rapidly in South Korea. He started playing at a local youth club before joining the Seoul Ilhwa Chunma, now known as FC Seoul, Youth Academy, where he refined his skills. As a teenager, his versatility on the field, combined with his work ethic and tactical understanding, led to his early promotion to the senior team. Early career, rise to prominence. Choi Jin-chul's professional debut came in 1990 when he joined Seoul Ilhwa Chunma. He quickly became a regular starter and was known for his strong defending, excellent positioning, and leadership skills. As a central defender, Choi's ability to read the game and his commanding presence on the field made him an indispensable asset to his team. In the early stages of his career, Choi helped Seoul Ilhwa Chunma win several K-League titles, establishing himself as one of the top defenders in the league. His defensive prowess and leadership at the back were key in driving the team's success, and by the mid-1990s, he had gained a reputation as one of the best players in the K-League. Peak of his career, playing in Europe and international success. Choi's peak career period came when he moved to Europe to play in Germany with 1. FC Kaiserslautern in 1997. His move to the Bundesliga was a significant step in his career, as it allowed him to compete in one of Europe's top leagues. At Kaiserslautern, Choi continued to shine as a central defender, demonstrating his strength, tactical intelligence, and leadership skills. During his time at Kaiserslautern, Choi became known for his solid defensive performances, particularly in high-pressure matches. His discipline in defense, combined with his ability to step into midfield when needed, earned him praise from coaches and fans alike. He played in numerous matches, both in the league and European competitions such as the UEFA Champions League. His time in Germany was marked by great success. with 1. FC Kaiserslautern finishing in third place in the Bundesliga and consistently challenging for top spots in the league. His performances in the Bundesliga helped raise his profile in European football, and Choi Jin-chul solidified his place as one of South Korea's most accomplished footballers abroad. Main achievements, domestic and international glory. Choi Jin-chul's career was defined by numerous domestic and international successes. He was a central figure in South Korea's national team for more than a decade, earning more than 100 caps and becoming a crucial leader in defense. He played a key role in South Korea's participation in multiple FIFA World Cups. In 1998, Choi was part of the South Korean squad that competed in the FIFA World Cup in France, making his debut on the world's biggest stage. Although South Korea did not advance far in the tournament, Choi's performances were a bright spot. His leadership and defensive solidity earned him respect among his peers and placed him firmly in the international spotlight. Another highlight of his international career came when South Korea hosted the 2002 FIFA World Cup in collaboration with Japan. Choi was once again a key member of the national team, playing a vital role in South Korea's historic fourth-place finish. This achievement was one of the most memorable moments in South Korean football history and was largely attributed to the collective effort of players like Choi, who provided stability in defense. Along with his international achievements, Choi also found success at the domestic level. He won multiple K-League titles and cups with Seoul Ilhwa Chuanma and Jeonnam Dragons, adding to his reputation as one of South Korea's top footballing talents. His ability to lead from the back and organize the defense made him a reliable and consistent performer throughout his career. Last years and retirement. As Choi Jin-chul entered the later stages of his career, his impact on the field continued to be strong, but injuries began to take their toll. After his time in Germany, he returned to South Korea to play for Jeonnam Dragons and then for Ulsan Hyundai, where he continued to contribute to his teams. In these later years, he adapted to a more defensive, leadership-focused role, guiding younger players with his experience and wisdom. Choi officially retired from professional football in 2011, having played for more than 2 decades at the highest level. His retirement marked the end of an era in South Korean football, with Choi leaving behind a legacy as one of the country's greatest defenders. Post-retirement, a coaching career. Following his retirement as a player, Choi Jin-chul transitioned into coaching. His wealth of experience, both in domestic football and on the international stage, made him a highly respected figure in South Korean football circles. Choi took on several coaching roles, working with youth teams and eventually managing senior teams. Choi's coaching style has been influenced by his experiences playing in some of Europe's top leagues, as well as his time with the South Korean national team. His knowledge of defense, tactics, and leadership has been invaluable to the development of South Korean football post-retirement. Legacy and conclusion. Choi Jin-chul is remembered as one of the most accomplished footballers in South Korea's history. His leadership, tactical intelligence, and commitment to excellence on the field earned him a place as a true legend of the game. Whether playing for his club in the K-League, starring in Europe, or leading South Korea at the World Cup, Choi's influence was always felt. His contributions to South Korean football, both domestically and internationally, have had a lasting impact. As a player, he inspired countless young footballers, and as a coach, he continues to shape the future of the sport in South Korea. Choi's legacy as a stalwart in defense, a tireless worker, and a proud representative of South Korean football will endure for generations to come. Early life and beginnings. Roy Jorge de Souza, known simply as Roy Jorge, was born on May 19, 1974, in Lisbon, Portugal. Raised in a footballing family, Roy was destined for a career in the sport from an early age. He showed great promise as a youth player and joined the Sporting CP Youth Academy, one of the most prestigious football institutions in Portugal. His time in the academy laid the foundation for his future as a professional footballer. Roy's early playing career began with Sporting CP, where he developed his skills primarily as a left-back. Known for his speed, defensive reliability, and offensive contributions down the left flank, he quickly stood out in the youth ranks. His potential was evident, and he soon made his debut for Sporting CP's first team in the 1992-1993 season. Over the next few years, Roy Jorge became a regular fixture in Sporting's lineup, contributing to both defensive and offensive plays. His attacking runs, pace, and ability to deliver crosses made him a significant asset for the team. By the age of 22, Roy had already established himself as one of the most promising left-backs in Portugal. Career peak, Sporting CP and international glory. Roy Jorge's career peak came during his time at Sporting CP, where he spent much of his professional career. His consistency and tactical awareness made him one of the top left-backs in the Primeira Liga during the late 1990s and early 2000s. In addition to his individual contributions, Roy was also part of a highly competitive Sporting side that was consistently challenging for domestic titles. One of his most notable achievements with Sporting CP came in 2000, when he helped the club win the Taça de Portugal and the Supertaça Cândido de Oliveira. Roy's reliable performances were integral to Sporting's success in these competitions, and his reputation as one of the best fullbacks in Portugal continued to grow. Roy Jorge's international career also flourished during this period. He made his debut for the Portugal national team in 1996 and was a regular fixture in the team throughout the late 1990s and early 2000s. His first major international tournament came at UEFA Euro 2000, where Portugal finished fourth, a strong result that solidified Roy's status as one of the country's top players. Although Roy Jorge was not part of Portugal's 2004 European Championship squad, he returned to represent his country in several more tournaments. His leadership qualities and steady performances continued to earn him praise, and he was frequently called upon for important international fixtures, including qualifiers for the 2006 FIFA World Cup. Roy Jorge's peak was defined not only by his consistent club performances but also by his pivotal role in the Portuguese national team during this period. His ability to deliver precise crosses, make intelligent runs, and defend diligently made him a standout player for both club and country. Main achievements. Roy Jorge's career was filled with individual and team successes, earning him recognition as one of Portugal's top left-backs. Here are some of the highlights of his career. Taça de Portugal. Roy Jorge won the Taça de Portugal with Sporting CP in 2000, contributing significantly to their domestic cup victory. Supertaça Cândido de Oliveira. He also helped Sporting CP win the Supertaça Cândido de Oliveira, 2000, in his early years with the club. Primeira Liga runner-up. Sporting regularly challenged for the Primeira Liga, with Roy Jorge contributing to the team's near-title seasons. International success. Roy Jorge earned 57 caps for the Portugal national team, representing his country at various international tournaments, including UEFA Euro 2000 and the 2006 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Team leadership. Roy Jorge's leadership and consistency on the field earned him a reputation as a top-level professional. He captained both Sporting CP and the Portuguese national team during various points of his career. These achievements showcase Roy Jorge's importance both domestically and internationally. His ability to maintain a high level of performance for an extended period is a testament to his skill and commitment to the game. Last years and retirement. After an illustrious career with Sporting CP, Roy Jorge's later years were spent with a few different clubs. In 2007, he moved to Famalicão, where he played for a few seasons before eventually retiring from professional football in 2010 at the age of 36. While his form had started to decline in the latter stages of his career, Roy Jorge remained a reliable option at the back, helping mentor younger players. Despite moving to smaller clubs later in his career, Roy Jorge's reputation remained strong, and his leadership qualities were highly regarded throughout his playing years. He was widely praised for his professionalism and his influence in the locker room, even as his playing time became more limited. After his retirement, Roy Jorge shifted his focus to coaching and football management. In 2013, he began his coaching career with Portugal's U21 national team, guiding the next generation of talent through competitive youth tournaments. His experience and tactical understanding made him an ideal candidate for a managerial role, and he began to have a significant impact on the development of young Portuguese players. Legacy. Roy Jorge's legacy is marked by his consistency, leadership, and contributions to both Sporting CP and the Portuguese national team. As one of Portugal's top fullbacks during his time, his ability to contribute to both defensive and offensive plays made him a key figure in any squad. His performances in domestic competitions, combined with his international success, cemented his reputation as one of Portugal's finest footballers of his generation. While his name may not be as globally recognized as some of his contemporaries, Rui Jorge's professionalism and commitment to the game left a lasting mark on Portuguese football. His contributions to Sporting CP, where he spent the majority of his career, and his role in Portugal's national team helped elevate the country to greater heights on the international stage. Today, Rui Jorge is remembered as one of Portugal's most reliable and respected players of the late 1990s and early 2000s. His legacy lives on not only through his time spent on the pitch but also through his continued work in nurturing young talent as a coach. As a versatile, reliable, and respected figure in Portuguese football, Rui Jorge's career will forever be celebrated by fans and players alike. Early life and beginnings. Nuno Frechot, born on March 21, 1976, in Lisbon, Portugal, began his footballing journey in the youth ranks of Sporting CP. Growing up in Lisbon, he was introduced to the beautiful game at an early age and showed immense potential. His technical skills and tactical awareness caught the attention of coaches, and by the age of 16, Frechot had joined the Sporting CP Youth Academy, one of Portugal's most prestigious football institutions. After progressing through the academy, Frechot made his senior debut for Sporting CP in 1995. As a central defender, his strong physical presence and composed ball distribution soon made him an indispensable part of the team. His early years at Sporting, however, were part of the club's rebuilding phase, and although he showed great promise, he would have to go through several phases of growth before achieving his career peak. Rise to prominence, a move to France. In 1999, after years of consistent performances, Frechot moved to France, signing with Lille OSC. This move was pivotal in his development, as it marked his first experience outside of Portugal and exposed him to a more competitive European environment. At Lille, he quickly became a key figure in the team's defense. His ability to read the game and his leadership at the back earned him the respect of teammates and opponents alike. His performances with Lille helped establish his reputation in the French league, and his time there, which lasted for 4 seasons, was instrumental in his growth as a player. Frechot also had a stint with FC Metz, where he continued to demonstrate his consistency in Ligue 1. Although not winning major titles during his time in France, he was able to experience the intensity of a top European league, a crucial period in his career. Career peak, successful years in Portugal. Frechot returned to Portugal in 2003, joining FC Porto, one of the country's most successful clubs. His move to Porto marked the peak of his career. Under the management of José Mourinho, Frechot thrived in a highly competitive environment alongside some of the best players in Portuguese football history. At FC Porto, Frechot became an integral part of the team, helping them win several domestic titles, including the Primeira Liga and the Portuguese Cup. His defensive solidity, paired with his ability to contribute to the attack with precise passes, made him a key component of Porto's strong back line. It was during this period that Frechot's stock rose significantly, as FC Porto went on to dominate both in Portugal and in European competitions. One of the highlights of his career at Porto was his involvement in the 2004 UEFA Champions League victory. Although not always a regular starter in the Champions League, Frechot played an important role in the team's success in both domestic and international tournaments. FC Porto's triumph in the Champions League under Mourinho was the pinnacle of the club's achievements, and Frechot was part of a squad that made history in European football. International recognition. Frechot's consistent performances at club level also earned him recognition from the Portugal national team. Although his international career was not as prominent as some of his peers, he earned several caps between 2001 and 2004, playing in crucial World Cup and European Championship qualifiers. His most significant contribution came during the Euro 2004, when Portugal reached the final, only to be defeated by Greece in a historic upset. Though his time with the national team was relatively brief, Frechot was widely respected for his calm presence in the defense, particularly in high-pressure situations. His style of play was valued for its tactical discipline, positioning, and leadership on the field. Main achievements. Throughout his career, Nuno Frechot accumulated several key achievements, particularly during his time at FC Porto. Among the most significant were Primeira Liga titles. As part of FC Porto's defensive line, Frechot helped the team secure multiple Primeira Liga titles, contributing to the club's dominance in Portuguese football in the early 2000s. UEFA Champions League 2004. Frechot's role in Porto's historic 2004 Champions League victory remains the crowning achievement of his club career. The win was especially significant as it marked a major European triumph for the Portuguese club, under the management of José Mourinho. Portuguese Cup titles. Frechot also helped Porto win multiple Portuguese Cup titles, cementing his reputation as one of the top defenders in Portuguese football. Portugal national team. While he did not play a starring role in international competitions, Frechot's involvement in the Euro 2004 and his contributions to the team's qualification rounds were noteworthy. Later years, the end of a career. As Frechot entered the final years of his career, his playing time began to decrease. In 2007, after 4 years at FC Porto, Frechot transferred to CFR Cluj in Romania, where he spent a couple of seasons before moving on to Vitória de Guimarães. His final years in Portugal were marked by a more reduced role, though his experience and leadership were still valuable to the teams he played for. Frechot officially retired from professional football in 2012, after spending the last few seasons of his career in the Portuguese lower divisions. While his retirement came quietly, it marked the end of a highly successful and well-respected playing career. Legacy. Nuno Frechot's career, though not filled with individual accolades, remains notable for his consistency, professionalism, and leadership both at the club level and internationally. His peak years at FC Porto in the early 2000s were the highlight of his career, particularly his role in the club's Champions League success. While not a standout figure in the eyes of many, Frechot's tactical intelligence and ability to read the game made him one of the most reliable defenders of his era. After retirement, Frechot has remained active in football, working in various roles within the sport. His legacy is solidified as a key figure in Porto's golden era, and he is remembered as a player who brought steadiness and dependability to the defense. Though his name might not be as widely recognized as others from his generation, Frechot's contribution to the sport remains highly respected among those who followed his career. Choi Tae-uk was born on October 16, 1980, in South Korea. Growing up in Seoul, he developed a passion for football from an early age, often playing with his friends in local parks and streets. His natural talent for the game was quickly apparent, and by the time he reached his teenage years, Choi had enrolled in a youth academy, where he started honing his skills. His youth career was marked by a strong presence on the field as a defender, and he soon moved on to the K-League as a professional. Choi began his football journey in the Korea University, where his performances caught the eye of top South Korean clubs. His breakthrough came when he was scouted by Pohang Steelers, a leading club in South Korea's domestic league. Joining them in the early 2000s, he quickly adapted to professional football, establishing himself as one of the standout defenders of his generation. Professional career, establishing himself in the K-League. Choi Tae-uk made his debut for Pohang Steelers in 2000, and he wasted no time making an impact in South Korean football. Known for his tactical intelligence, physicality, and leadership, he solidified his place in the team's defense. His ability to read the game and anticipate attacking plays made him a crucial figure for Pohang in both domestic and international competitions. His years at Pohang were marked by consistent performances that helped the team compete for top honors in the K-League. Choi played an instrumental role in Pohang's 2007 K-League Championship victory, contributing solid defensive work throughout the season. His success was not just limited to domestic football. Choi was also a key player in the club's campaigns in the AFC Champions League, where he helped Pohang reach the semi-finals on multiple occasions. By the mid-2000s, Choi had become one of the K-League's top central defenders. Career peak, international recognition and national team involvement. As Choi Tae-uk's career progressed, his performances at club level earned him a place in the South Korean national team. He made his debut for the senior team in 2004, quickly becoming a regular in the defense. Choi's first major international tournament was the 2004 AFC Asian Cup, where South Korea reached the semi-finals. While Choi did not play a central role in the tournament, it served as a stepping stone for his eventual involvement in more significant international events. Choi Tae-uk's career truly peaked in the 2010 FIFA World Cup, where South Korea made a memorable run to the round of 16. As one of the key players in the South Korean defense, Choi played an essential role in ensuring the team's solidity against world-class opposition. His strong physical presence and ability to defend against high-level attackers helped South Korea to make it through a competitive group stage that included Argentina, Greece, and Nigeria. Although South Korea did not advance beyond the round of 16 in the 2010 World Cup, Choi's performances earned him widespread recognition. He had become a mainstay in the South Korean defense, and his consistency in both domestic and international football helped raise his profile on the global stage. Main achievements: domestic and international success. Choi Tae-uk's career was marked by numerous accomplishments, both domestically and internationally. On the club level, he enjoyed great success with Pohang Steelers, with whom he won the 2007 K-League Championship, as well as several K-League Cups. His presence in the club's defense was pivotal, with Choi consistently being one of the team's standout performers. Internationally, Choi's most significant achievement came with the South Korean national team. His role in the 2010 FIFA World Cup was one of the high points of his career, as South Korea advanced to the knockout stages. While not winning the World Cup itself, Choi's contributions to the team's success were vital in the country's continuing rise in global football. He also participated in multiple AFC Asian Cups and East Asian Football Championships, contributing to the development of South Korea's footballing reputation during this time. Choi's versatility as a central defender, combined with his leadership skills, made him a key player for South Korea. His time with the national team spanned over a decade, and he earned over 50 caps for his country during that period. His defensive reliability was crucial in many of South Korea's international fixtures, making him one of the most respected players in the team. Last years of playing career and retirement. Choi Tae-uk continued his professional career well into his 30s, but his playing time began to decrease as he moved into his later years. After spending the bulk of his career with Pohang Steelers, Choi moved to Jeju United in 2012 for the final chapter of his playing career. At Jeju, he played in the defense while transitioning into a more veteran role. While he was no longer the dominant force of his youth, Choi's leadership on and off the field remained invaluable. His experience was crucial for the younger players at Jeju United, and he provided much-needed guidance to help the team maintain its competitive edge. Choi's ability to read the game and manage his physical condition as he aged was noteworthy, and his tactical awareness continued to make him an essential part of the squad. In 2015, Choi Tae-uk retired from professional football, concluding a career that had spanned over 15 years in top-flight football. His departure marked the end of an era for both Pohang Steelers and South Korean football, as he had been a key figure in the country's defensive setup for many years. Post-retirement, contributions to South Korean football. Following his retirement from playing, Choi Tae-uk transitioned into coaching, looking to share his knowledge and experience with the next generation of South Korean footballers. His deep understanding of the defensive aspects of the game, as well as his leadership qualities, made him an ideal candidate for a coaching role. In the years following his retirement, Choi began working with youth teams and assisting in coaching roles at various levels of South Korean football. Though not as active in the public eye as some of his former teammates, Choi's legacy in South Korean football continues to be felt. He is remembered not only for his leadership and consistency as a player but also for his role in helping shape the modern defensive mindset in the country. Conclusion: a pillar of South Korean football. Choi Tae-uk's career will always be remembered as one of the cornerstones of South Korean football. From his early days at Pohang Steelers to his crucial involvement with the national team at the 2010 FIFA World Cup, Choi consistently demonstrated what it meant to be a committed professional. His career was defined by solid defensive performances, leadership on and off the field, and his contributions to both his club and country. Today, Choi Tae-uk remains a highly regarded figure in South Korean football, respected not only for his on-field achievements but also for his ongoing influence in coaching and player development. As a model of consistency and professionalism, Choi's legacy will continue to inspire future generations of South Korean footballers.